Good morning, everyone. I hope that y'all are doing well. I'm getting up this morning and get my day started. So I figured that I'm really it's going to be the easiest to come in here um, during the morning time and when the boys go to sleep. So you can either catch me early in the morning, sometimes earlier than this. The boys slept late today, or in the evening, and their bedtime is about 8 o'clock. But I am just now fully trying to transition myself back into working from home. And I know that a lot of moms are experiencing mom guilt when it comes to things like that, or taking time for themselves, or, just going along with life because you can't just take care of your kids all day long. I mean, I do. And you do have to take care of them all day long, but other things have to get done. So I just wanted to come on this morning and talk about work and mom guilt, the balance between the two, the reality that, honey, these bills ain't gonna pay themselves, and just the fact that you are here, of course, to make sure that your kids are taken care of, but also helping them be independent. So if y'all are coming on and y'all are thinking that this is a topic that someone else would enjoy, that another mama bear may be able to benefit from, please share it. And if you're watching this after it has been broadcasted, I ask that you hit hashtag replay and share it hashtag replay because you're watching it after the fact. But yeah, so I have attempted to start back working since like last year. Dwayne's mom came in from Jamaica, and the goal was for her to be here so that I could get back started to work. And I believe the boys were September, October, November, December. The boys were like 3, 4 months old, and I was not ready. I literally was not ready to get back to work, even though I attempted to. I went even into a salon for a day, and it just was not. It was just not. It wasn't the time. From that point on, I attempted a couple more times to start working back, and I just was too stressed out. I wasn't juggling it well. Um, I wasn't getting any sleep. Let's start there. I wasn't getting any sleep. Didn't need to take care of the boys, and then went to go to work. So it just wasn't working. However, I have been out of work and on bed rest since my 20th week. They put me on bed rest modified bed rest at 20 weeks. And from there on, I haven't worked. And as an entrepreneur, that's a lot of time. As anybody's a lot of time. I know a lot of moms, they only, what is it, 6 weeks? 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that for postpartum leave or maternal leave and maternity leave, I should say. And I just think that that's crazy because I've been with the boys all year. They'll be a year old on the 9th. And so what I'm finding is that, I knew what I needed to do. I know how heavy my workload is. I know even like coming on here and talking to y'all, it's a part of something that I enjoy doing, and also something that I I'm trying to build a community of people who need assistance and people to relate to when it comes to these topics. And so I was just like, you know what? Luckily, I do have two. At times, I'm just like, "Ooh, this is a lot." But the good thing about having two is that they play together. So, like right now, they are in their rooms. They're actually laying on their bed. They have floor beds, so I don't know if y'all can see them. But this is Langston right here, and that's Leland. And and it's like he knows we talking about him because he's looking dead at the camera. But they're playing. And hanging out. So they have their toys in there. Their room is a yes space. So if you are into Montessori learning, there is not really much stuff that they can get into in there. It's literally just a sofa, their beds, and toys essentially. And even down to their beds being in there. When they get tired, they generally, or they're starting to learn even more to just crawl up in their bed and go to sleep. So sometimes I can be in here working and it get really quiet and I'm just like, what's going on? I look at the camera and they're both asleep. So, the goal is to, if you have one kid, maybe that's not an ideal thing because you, of course, don't want them to, just be by themselves. But sometimes they need to sit in a playpen. Sometimes you just have things to do. There's just entirely too much, too many tasks to keep a house going, and for you not to step away and do those things. Hey, Soraya, girl, good morning. If y'all are just coming in, the conversation for today is working mom guilt. I was just talking about how independent the boys are, and the luckily I do have two because they can independently play. But some moms, sometimes it's not even just for working. Some moms are, feeling bad for taking time for themselves. They're feeling bad for wanting to hang out with their girlfriends. They're just feeling bad because, sometimes they don't have the energy to take care of their kids. Like, there's so much stuff that you can make yourself feel bad for as a mom. And my thing is, like, you're gonna have to move around from that. You're gonna have to kind of just get over it, because there's gonna always be something that you feel bad about because they're just so needy. Some things you'll be able to provide, and some things you're just gonna be like, you know what, you're either gonna have to go without, or it's just momentarily, it's just until the next time, or alternate. Sometimes I'll be able to do this, and sometimes I won't be able to do this. But yeah, so this morning this was on my heart, since I am trying to get back into the swing of things. I am an advocate for a camera. I'm an advocate for, making sure that your kids are able to sit alone, even if it's just for 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, even like to take a shower, even to just step away and have a break outside. It might sound bad, but I leave my kids all the time. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and just say things because they sound crazy. No, like, I leave them all the time. I'll go downstairs. Like, I have a camera, I can see them, and honestly, a lot of times I'm parenting them by ear. Like, unless I hear something, I'm for the most part like, okay, they're pretty good because their room is a guest space. There's nothing in there. The only thing that Leland kind of gets into every now and again is the fact that there is a shelf in their room, and it has like lines in it, and sometimes he drops his pacifier in there, and he'll of course reach for the pacifier and his hand will get stuck. So other than that, and he maybe does that like once every 2-3 weeks. So, and he'll cry, and I'll look on the camera and I'll see what's going on, and then I'll go up there and I'll help him, so it's never been anything. And I'm not saying that stuff can't happen, but fortunate for me, in the way that they have been independent, they just play. They just, Langston right now is on his bed messing with a blanket, and Leland is on the floor next to him, and he's playing with this little ball of toys. So, just make sure that you set yourself up for success as best as possible. For me, it's really hard to refocus and get back into work, especially if something does happen with them. I go in their room, I come back, and I'm just like, where was I at? It's hard for me to get back into the groove of things. So what I'll do is I'll say, you know what, since I have this break, I'll go ahead and spend some time with them. Let's play, 10, 15 minutes, and let's get back to work after that. You know what I mean? Because I understand that they're babies. I understand that this time goes by really fast, but the goal is to raise them. The goal is to provide a better living. The things that I was doing prior to having them, they have to continue on. They expensive as hell. Let's be real. The Pampers is gone from the baby shower. I love y'all, but they gone. We got plenty of wipes, but the Pampers are expensive. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to make sure that y'all feel like it's completely normal to have those moments where you feel bad. It's completely normal to do things for yourself. I encourage you to do things for yourself. I'm actually coming out with a self-care guide. I'm thinking about titling it 7 Uncommon Acts of Self-Care, because they're things like having live performances in your car, like driving in your car and making sure you're playing your favorite songs and singing your heart out. That is, to me, a form of self-care. So I'm going to come out with a free list of self-care things that I did to get back to myself. It included, like I said, taking those drives, getting in the car and driving by yourself as a new mom. Try it. If your baby is less than 5-6 months old, get in the car and just go nowhere. Just go, even if you go to the grocery store, painting your toenails. These are all things that I view as self-care when you're a new mom. And so it's good. It's so good. It's so good. Especially if it's your song, you turned up, you come back, you've released so much stress. You feel like your old self. You feel like you. You know what I mean? And don't let me stop for the Starbucks coffee. Come on, okay? I'm about to go downstairs and get me some coffee right now. I just want to come on here while I had the time and the energy, and while the boys were, not too fussy just yet. But yeah, I encourage you all to do what you gotta do. Don't let anyone else's thoughts of what you may be doing affect you. Do what's best for you and your household. I have 2 kids. There's no way possible that I can be up in their face all day long, be an entrepreneur, and think that bills are going to get paid. There's no way around it. So I do what I have to do for myself. I definitely let people know when I need help. As far as postpartum depression and anxiety, I decided to go to therapy for that. I do a little 420 every now and again. I love wine. I'm bouncing between wine and coffee. I brought wine last night, and I promise you, seeing the glass triggers me. I'm a lush, whatever, judge your mama. But I went downstairs and saw the wine glass and was like, I mean, is it too early? It's too early. I'm gonna go with the coffee. But the days where I'm day drinking in here and I done had my cup of coffee, I'm lit. I'm the best mom ever. Judge your mama. Again, I'm not gonna be guilted for what I have to do to make sure that I am showing up. I'm happy. I'm bubbly. And for me, they may be vices or coping mechanisms, or you know what I mean, but they work for me. Hey Curtis, good morning. And this could be my dad guilt too. Curtis is a primary father, and I know that there'll be times when maybe he feels like he can't do everything and he has to take time for himself. And I just hope that no one feels guilty for that. So that's my friend, okay? Me and Zariah, we here. I got to who it resonates with. You know what I mean? The overall message is just to do for yourself first. Your kids will require so much of your time all the time. They are super dependent on you, especially in the first year. Luckily for me, the boys are, like I said, a pair, and I have been from the beginning like, look, I can't really rock you. How am I supposed to rock 2 babies? I can't really, you know what I mean? I just couldn't. There were a lot of things that I could not do. I still feel very connected to my kids. There are people who don't feel connected to their children, and that's fine. Like, at the end of the day, just because you don't feel connected doesn't mean that you don't love your kids, that you don't want to provide for them. You know what I mean? But, child, we got to get to it. There's no way around it. I have too many the same visions. If anything, all of those things that I wanted prior to having kids, I want them more now. I need them more now. And childcare is expensive. Childcare is expensive, and you have to do what you have to do. We're not back, in a homeland with a tribe and the kids just run around and those aren't the things. This is 2022 going on to 23. And so I just wanted to again encourage y'all. If this resonated with you, if you feel like a mom that is struggling, a mom that's maybe beating herself up, a mom that's going through the trenches, because baby, the trenches is there. I just encourage you to share this with them. I will be doing more lives like this. I hope to build a Facebook group in the future. I have a name idea for that, and so hopefully we can make this happen more often, since I'm feeling like me. But yeah, I hope y'all have a great day. If y'all have any topics that y'all think that are that I should share or talk about in the future, feel free to comment them below, even in the replay. And I will talk to y'all very soon. Okay? I'll talk to y'all later.